My name is Dilawar Alauddin. I am president of MERI, and it's my true pleasure to introduce the two ladies on my right and the gentleman on my left who will be presenting today. Elisabeth, I'm going to let you present yourself and your team. And Jabar is a celebrity. He's well known. He's more famous than to be introduced by me. So locally, that is. But you're famous Europe, by the way. I think it will only be fair to say, Elisabeth, I'm sure you all had a brief look at the biography, has had a really wonderful career in politics as well as human rights, a former Speaker of Parliament in Switzerland and so on and so forth. Please do not be modest. Just say exactly what you want to, what we would like to hear. Okay.
You already said everything.
Not quite.
Thank you. So I am Elisabeth Decrey Warner, and I am the founder and currently the executive president of Geneva Call. I will explain a little bit later what is Geneva Call. But we are dedicated on improving the protection of civilians during armed conflict. And as Dr. Professor said, I was Speaker of the Parliament, so I learned about politics a lot. It helped me today in humanitarian negotiation. So I think with this experience, it was a very good starting point with Geneva Call. I am with Ann-Kristin Sjöberg, who is a program director for the Kurdistan Region, and we work here for more than 15 years. And she's also in charge of Latin America, because we work in different parts of the world where you have armed conflict.
من جبار ياورم أمين داري وزارة پێشمەرگە حکومەت هەرێمی کوردستانم. دیارە ئێمە زۆر سوپاسی بڵێ ئەنستۆی مێری دەکەین کە مبادرێک دەستپێشخەرێکی باشی کردووە لەم کاتەیە بۆ ئامادەکردنی ئەو پانێڵە لەگەڵ Geneva Call زۆر سوپاسی ئەلیزابێت دەکەین کە لەگەڵ تیمەکەیە کە هاتوون بۆ ئێرە ئەمڕۆ ئێمە بەیانی زۆربەی فەرماندەکانی هێزەکانی پێشمەرگەمان بانگ کردبوو بۆ ئێرە لێرە بیرروڕا ئاڵۆگەڵ کرا دەربارەی یاساکانی مافەکانی مرۆڤی نێو دەوڵەتی لەگەڵ مافەکانی مرۆڤ بەگشتی گەیشتنە ئەنجامێکی باش و چاوەڕێیەکەینەوە زیاتر بێ زۆر سوپاس.
First, I would like to thank all of you for coming. So many people interested by this discussion. It's really the proof that this is an important topic. So thank you for coming in. Thank you to MERI for co-organizing this event, the event organized this morning and also this afternoon. And very briefly, I will explain what is Geneva Call. Geneva Call is a humanitarian international organization, and we work on the protection of civilians in armed conflict. And we focus our work on engaging and training and raising awareness towards armed forces. We think it's important that armed forces respect not only humanitarian law, because this international humanitarian law apply during armed conflict, but also human rights law, because it's also important. We think, as I said this morning, that it's important to respect these different laws, because this is how a country, a region, can build its future. You will never be able to build peace, to build democracy, to build a future without having respected basic human rights law and humanitarian law. We cannot build peace on atrocities and on violations. So it's why it is important. And it is important that these two bodies of law are respected by all armed actors. Because, as you know, today, the conflict in the world are more and more what we call non-international conflict, meaning internal conflict involving one or several armed groups against the state's forces. So it's important that we are sure that, or we try to be sure that the rights, the different laws are respected by all armed actors. We work in 17 different countries currently in the world with different armed forces. And as it was said, we have started working in this region in 2001 with the PDK and PUK. And they signed an agreement on the prohibition of the use of anti-personnel mines, because as you know, anti-personnel mines don't make a difference between a civilian and a soldier, will stay long even after the conflict. And you know in this region how this is a difficult situation to have mined areas. So PUK and PDK signed an agreement on the prohibition of the use of anti-personnel mines, which was not easy, because when you are military people, you know, you need different weapons. So it was really a humanitarian decision to provide a better protection to the people and to the civilians. So it has to be recognized, and it was really the first such agreement in the region at the time that even Iraq, Iran, Syria, they didn't sign the official Ottawa Convention banning anti-personnel mines. So in this region, the Kurds really made an example and were a model on this aspect. Just to say also that in the region we work also in Syria, in Turkey, in Iran, and in Lebanon. So we are active with different armed actors in the whole region. And just also to say that at the beginning of Geneva Call, we were called the UFO of the humanitarian world, you know, kind of strange, unidentified flying object in the world, in the sky, because they say you will never be able, you know, to improve the behavior of combatants. And yes, 16 years later now, we are mentioned as an example in different reports of the Secretary General Ban Ki-moon and in his report. So I think perhaps something which seems impossible can be a success. So we are very dedicated and to continue to continue working in this region. And it's important not only to work with armed forces, but also with civil society organizations, with religious leaders, with politicians, with ministers, because everybody can play a role, and everybody has to be informed and has a knowledge about what is the respect of human rights, what is the respect of humanitarian law. And we have started a campaign here already last year in Syria, but now it will start in Iraq, a campaign called Fighter Not Killer. In Arabic it's Muqatil La Qatil. It means you have the right to fight, but there are limits. You cannot do everything on a battlefield. So this campaign, my colleague will explain a little bit more what will be this campaign. Finally, I would like to say that violation can happen. You know, a combatant in the field, when this combatant has 10 seconds to take a decision, it's not always easy, and it can happen. The problem is not there. The problem is how you address and avoid further incidents like this, how you can explain the combatants how they have to behave, how you can prevent such violation, and sometimes also you have to sanction the violators. So I think it's a process and it's a work in progress. In this situation like here, I know it's very difficult, but we have to try to involve everybody, and I am sure that many of you can be involved also in this process. And this is a question also not only of protection of civilians here, but also a question of reputation in the world, and the international community will think about the Peshmerga. So I think it's really important at different levels. The protection of civilians, they are the victims, we have to protect them, but also the reputation and the future of this region. Thank you.
لسرتادا من أمي بلين بانيالي أمره يعني أمي همولايك بزاني كنتيجة رد فعلي إيمانية درباري رابورت كاني منستري انترناشوناليان Human Rights Watch يعني رد فعلي كنيه بلكو بلاني كي أمي ومن بردوام إيشمان لسر مەسەلەی چۆنەتی پاراستنی مافی مرۆڤ لە ناوهێزەکانی پێشمەرگا یان شارەزابوون و پەیڕۆکردنی یاساکانی نێونەتەوەیی بۆ مافەکانی مرۆڤ. دیارە وەکو باسم کرد دووبارەی ئەەکەمەوە ئێمە سوپاسی ئەنیستۆی مێری دەکەین کە ئەو دەست پێش خەر بوو و ئێمە گفتوگۆیەکمان کردبوو لەم فترەیەدا بۆ ئەوەیە پانێڵێکی وە سازکەین. دیارە سوپاسی جنیڤا کۆڵج دەکەین و ئەلیزابێت بە تایبەتی کە بە پیری ئەوە هاتوتەوە خۆشی وەکو ڕوونی کردەوە بۆ ئێوە. ئەمە یەکەمین جاری نییە کە هاتوتە کوردستان بۆکو لە ساڵی 2001ەوە ئەو لە کوردستاندا هیچی کردو و سەردانی کوردستانیان کردو. ینی ئێمە پەیوەندیمان لەگەڵ دەستگاکانی مافی مرۆڤ و بە تایبەتی جنیڤا کاڵ تازە نییە بەڵکو بۆ 15 ساڵ پێش ئێستا ئەگەڕێتەوە. ئێمە بەڕاستی ئەمانویست بە هاتنی ئەو و بە هاوکاری دەستگای مێری هەوڵ دەین زیاتر بڵێن شارەزابوونی هەموو هێزەکانمان بە یاساکانی نێونەتەوەی بۆ مافی مرۆڤ و بۆ زیاتر پاراستنی مافی مرۆڤ ئەگەر هەندێک حاڵەتی فەردی هەبێ لە ناو هێزەکانی پێشمەرگا یان لەناو ئەو هێزانەی کە خۆبەخشن کە لەگەڵ هێزەکانی پێشمەرگەن کە کاریان کردی بێ لێرە. دیارە ئەم بەیانیە گفتوگۆیەکی زۆر کرا و زۆربەی فەرماندەکانمان لە ناو هێزی پێشمەرگە فەرماندەیەکەمەکانی محوەرەکانمان سێکتەرەکانمان هەمویان لێرە بوون. ئەین زۆربەی ئەوانەی کە بەشداری فعلی دەکەن لە فەرماندەیکردنی هێزەکانمان لە ناوچەکانی جەرەبلاوە تاکو دەگاتە ناوچەکانی نزیک شنگال ئامادە بوون لێرە. بیر و ڕای خۆیان گۆڕیەوە دەربارەی بابەتەکانی یاساکانی نێونەتەوەی مافی مرۆڤ و پاراستنی مافی مرۆڤ هەر هەمویان بە کۆ تەکیدیان کردەوە کە ئەوان هەم پێشتر پەیڕەوی یاساکانیان کردووە هەم ئێستش تەکی دەکەنەوە زیاتر کە ئامادەی خۆیان دەربڕیەوە بۆ ئەوەیە بەشداری بکەن لە خولی بڵێن زیاتر فێربوونی یاساکان و هاوکاریکردنی دەستگای نێونەتەوەی مافی مرۆڤ بە تایبەتی جنیڤا کۆڵ و لەگەڵ تەعاان بێگومان بە هاوکاری دەستگای مێری. ئێمە هەندێک پێشنیارمان ینی میکانزمێکمان باس کرد لە کۆبنەوەکان کە چۆن بۆ ئایندەدا بتوانین ئیش بکەین بڵێم وردە زیاتر بڵێم پانێڵەکان و داشتنەکان زیاد بکەین بە پێبەرنامەیەک لەگەڵ جنیڤا کۆڵ. ئەوش بە یەکەم واماندانا کە دەستگای مێری وەکو مؤسسەیەکی توێژینەوە وەکو دەستگایەکی توێژینەوە کە ئەو هاوکار بێ ینی هەماهنگ بێ ینی جنیڤا کۆڵ ئەتوانێت پشت بە دەستگای مێری ببەستێ لێرە لە کوردستان بۆ ئەوەیە کە بتوانێت زیاتر توێژینەوە دەربارەی ئەم بابەتە بکە و هاوکاری یەک بن بۆ ئەو کارە. دووەم پێشنیاری وامان کرد کە جنیڤا کۆڵ توانیە پێشە تەبعان ئەوان پەیمانێکیان بڵێن ئیمزا کردووە بە هەردوو سەرۆک لە کاتی خۆیدا کە وەکو خۆی باسی کرد لەگەڵ PUK لەگەڵ KDP وەختی خۆی کۆبنەوەیان هەبووە لە هەردوو سەرۆک هەم سەرۆک مامجەرە هەم سەرۆک مەسعود بارزانی کە ئیمزایان کردووە ئەوان لە کوردستانە پەیڕەوی هەموو مافەکانی مرۆڤیان ئەکەن و کردویانە پێشتر. ئێمە ئێستا ئەمانەوەی زیاتر پەرەبەوە بدەین پێش یعنی میکانزمی دووەم باسی ئەومان کردووە کە ئەتوانن بێن لەگەڵ دام و دەستگاکانی وەزارەتی پێشمەرگە و ناوخۆ و دەستگای ئاسایش ئێمە بین وەسیقەیەک یان بڵێن ڕێککەوتنێکی ئیمزا بکەین لەگەڵ یەکە کە هەماهەنگی یەک بین کە هاوکاری یەک بین ئێمە هاوکاری ئەوان بکەین ئەوانش هاوکاری ئێمە بکەن لەو بوارەدا. جگە لەوەش میکانزمی سێهەم یعنی بۆ چۆنەتی ئەو ئیشانە ئەوەیە کە بەهۆی دەستگای مێری و جنیڤا کۆڵ و ئێمەش شارەزایی ئێمە بتوانین بە یاساکانماندا بڕۆین یعنی بەو یاسانەی وەزارەتی پێشمەرگە و وەزارەتی ناوخۆ و دەستگای ئاسایش کە ئەگەر بۆشایی هەبێ لە ناو یاساکانمان بۆ پەیڕەوکردنی یاساکانی نێونەتەوەی مافی مرۆڤیان مافەکانی مرۆڤ بە تایبەتی لە کاتی شەڕا ئێمە بێن جێی بکەینەوە دەتوانین دوا ڕۆژ بدەینە پەرلەمان ئێمە ئەو یاسایانەمان تعدیل بکەین ئاموار بکەین و ئەوانە ئیزافە بکەین. جگە لەوەش خاڵی چوارەم ئەوەیە کە ئەوان خول بکەنەوە بۆ هەموو هێزەکان لەسەر هەموو ئاستەکانە لەسەرەوە بۆ خوارەوە و ئێستا بڕیاردرا ئەمڕۆ لە مانگی 4 لە 6/4 بڕیاردرا کە بڵێن ئەو محوەرانەی کە خۆی فەرماندەیەکی هەیە ئەنجومەنێکی هەیە لە هەموو محوەرێک 5 تا 6 کەس بێت لێرە بە هەمان شێواز پانێڵێکی وا بەشدار بن مناقەشە بکەن دوای ئەوەش بڕاتە خوارەوە بۆ چەند پانێڵێکی تر کە ئەمە خاڵی چوارەمە خاڵی پێنجەم ئەوەیە کە ئەوان هەوڵدەن بڵاوکراوەیەکی زیاتر بە زمانی کوردی ئامادە بکەن بۆ پەخشکردنی زیاتری بەناو هەموو هێزەکانی پێشمەرگە و هێزەکانی تری پاراستنی هەرێم بۆ دیاریکردنی هەم یاساکانی نێونەتەوەی دەربارەی مافەکانی مرۆڤ هەم مافەکانی مرۆڤ بە تایبەتی لە حاڵەتی شەڕ من لێرەدا لە کۆتایی ئەو قسانمدا ئەمەوێ تەکید بکەین وەکو چۆن بەیانیش تەکیدمان کردەوە ئێمە وەکو وەزارەتی پێشمەرگە وەکو حکوومەتی هەرێمی کوردستان وەکو هەرێمی کوردستان ئێمە هیچ جۆرە سیاسەتێکی دژی مافی مرۆڤ یعنی بڵێن پێشێلکردنی مافی مرۆڤ لە هەرێمی کوردستان نییە یعنی سیاسەتێکی منەظەم نییە ئێمە ئەزانین لە مێژوودا هەندی وڵات یان هەندی سەرکردیان هەندی دیکتاتۆر لەوێ سیاسەتێکیان هەبووە ناجێکیان نەبووە بۆ پێشێلکردنی مافی وەکو حکوومەتی پێشتری عێراق سەدام حوسێن کە چیە کرد بەرامبەر هەموو گەلانی عێراق بەڵام ئێمە لە هەرێمی کوردستان ئێمە هەمووی بڵێن سیاسەتێکی تایبەت نییە لە هەرێمی کوردستان بۆ پێشێلکردنی مافەکانی مرۆڤ بە تایبەتی ئێستا لە شەڕدا بەڵکو ئێمە حاڵاتی پێشێلکردنمان هەیە یعنی هەندێک حاڵەت ئێمە ئینکاریەوە ناکەین هەندی حاڵەتمان هەیە ڕەنگە کەسێک شارەزار نەبوو بێ یان لە تۆڵەسەندنەوەی لە ڕقە کە کارێکی بەرامبەر کراوە کەسێکی کوژراوە ئەو حاڵەتان بووە ئەوەش ئێمە بە دوواداچوونێکی بۆ ئەەکەین و لە ڕووی یاساییەوە هەرچی بڵێن سزا هەبێ لە ڕووی یاساییەوە جێبەجێ ئەەکەین ئێمە پەیمانە دەین کە و پێشتر داومانە کە ئیلتیزامێکی تەواو بە هەموو یاساکانی نێونەتەوەی بۆ مافی مرۆڤەکەین و مافەکانی مرۆڤ لە حاڵەتی شەڕا هەرچی ڕووی دابێ لەو 1000 کیلۆمەترە لەو مەساحەیە لەو مەساحە جوغرافیەیە ئەگەر ئەکەوتە خانەی پێشێلکردنی مافی مرۆڤ یان یاسای نێونەتەوەیەکان ئەمە نەتیجەی شەڕە نەتیجەی سیاسەتی وەزارەتی پێشمەرگە یان حکوومەتی هەرێمی کوردستان نییە بەڵکو ئاسەواری شەڕە ئەو شەڕەی کە لەوێ دروست بووە زۆر سپاس.
Thank you very much for this clarification. I think what we heard today from one of the Army generals, American Army generals, one of the top generals here, said the United States came to Iraq and there were cases of war crime committed inside Iraq. And the United States was fighting in Vietnam. The United States was fighting in many places. And all these things happen all the time. Because during war, I think the word he used, he said the monster side of us will come out. So you can't really control every individual's behavior. But what is reassuring and provides confidence in the system is that there is a way, there is a system to prevent and then deal with it, prevent, monitor, and react to such violations in such a serious way that provides that level of confidence. In the Middle East, we don't have this. In Kurdistan, our politicians are committed to these laws, but actually we need the system to have embedded in it an institutionalization of such adherence. And what everybody confirmed or reaffirmed was that Peshmerga ministry, the KRG and the politicians do not have a policy that promotes these things. If anything, they would love to prevent these. But of course, what we know in the Middle East, politicians are very often stop at just refuting or just answering and sometimes even burying heads in the sand and hoping that the thing will go away, but it will not, because people see evidence. What will happen or what will make these things go away is when you're seen to be doing something about it. And that's really what we talked about today, and that's what we have the foundations of doing something about it. But how? We need help. Geneva Call has proactively come to help, promoted this. We had a conference, MERI Forum, many of you might have followed. We had a special session with Geneva Call that they sponsored, they funded, and they actually promoted this issue. And again, they have come back with more funding to do more with the Ministry of Peshmerga. So that's why your role is so important. You're occupying a fantastic niche.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. welcome. I'm very happy to see so many of you here. I'm going to just introduce briefly our project in Iraq, what we are currently working on as Geneva Call. Basically, since the increase, the escalation in the armed violence in the region, in Iraq, in Syria, inside Iraqi Kurdistan, which resulted in tremendous violations of international humanitarian norms, suffering of the civilians, men, women, and children, and with a situation that demanded more and more protection of civilians, the difficulties in humanitarian assistance to reach the people. And Geneva Call created a project that was designed to try to help in this situation, focusing on improving the knowledge and respect for humanitarian norms in Iraq. This project is financed by ECHO, by the European Union, and also by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Switzerland. The main objectives are to contribute to an improved protection of civilians by raising the awareness of different categories of relevant actors. This is both raising the awareness of conflict actors on international humanitarian norms, as well as some political and civilian actors that are key in this respect, in order to help create an ownership of these international humanitarian norms. And some of the key actors for this project are, of course, the armed actors, the different fighting forces that are existing inside the Iraqi conflict. So the Iraqi armed forces, the Peshmerga forces, but also the Yazidi, Shia, Sunni, and other different Kurdish armed actors that are present in this context. Other key actors are, of course, the political parties, both here in Iraqi Kurdistan and in Iraq in general, different tribal and religious leaders, civil society organizations. I assume there are some present also here today, both national ones, international ones, those working on humanitarian issues, human rights, but also some women's organizations. Other key actors that we are involving in the project are media, in order to have better reporting on the issue of humanitarian norms. The key activities that we will be conducting are trainings, workshop meetings. This is, of course, part of the project already here. And there we will be discussing and exploring different for disseminating humanitarian norms, which was, of course, the topic this morning. There will also be another aspect in addition to these meetings. It's a public campaign, Elisabeth mentioned, Fighter Not Killer. And the slogan of this campaign is, in the times of war, not everything is allowed. War has rules too. This is a broader campaign that will be disseminated through different media. And we have different messages. We have developed some videos, especially 12 videos. We will not be able to show them here, but you can access them on, there is a specially set up web page. It's fighternotKiller.org. I think we have some flyers also here with the specific instructions. So there are 12 videos with some key messages on what we call, when I say international humanitarian norms, we mean international humanitarian law or the laws of armed conflict. But in addition, some rules of human rights law that we find are applicable in all times of conflict. So it goes, let's say, a little bit beyond what is humanitarian law. For example, on the protection of children, we are promoting, of course, the prevention of recruitment and use of children in armed conflict. Humanitarian law establishes 15 as the year of like the age of when you can participate in combat, but according to other international conventions, it's 18. So these are is one of the issues that is being also pushed. Also, the issue of the protection of education to be able to provide alternatives to children during war. This is also one of the messages that comes out in the campaign. Others are the prohibition of sexual violence and the need for humane treatment of persons, especially of prisoners. Also on the same web page there is a phone application that can be downloaded. It's a little quiz on humanitarian law, so that it can be for all of you to try your knowledge on humanitarian law. It's basically it's designed for fighters, but it can be used by anyone. So there is a basic level, and then there's the commander level. So we'll see if this is also something that is useful in this context. It exists in Arabic, English, and French. Yeah. Otherwise, in terms of how we will be working here, or how we are already working, we are establishing close collaboration with the local organizations. The idea is to strengthen existing initiatives using local expertise. We have a team of people here that are with us today. We have Professor Abdullah Ali Abu, if I pronounce correctly. So he's expert in international humanitarian law, who is going to accompany us in this work. Our national coordinator, Sardar, who's just receiving a phone call. And Hauras also, who just recently joined us, so we have a team here. We also have a team in Baghdad, so we are working on different levels. Indeed, we have some activities here in Iraqi Kurdistan, also jointly with some of the local organizations. We'll be conducting some activities with Barzani Charity Foundation, public aid organization, Harikari and Al-Masala. We have tomorrow also a workshop with them. We will, of course, continue working with MERI. It's an excellent organization, and we are very happy to be collaborating. And in Baghdad, we have also initiated some activities. We have a local humanitarian law expert. We have done also the first training. There, our focus is particularly on trying to reach out and raise the awareness of the public mobilization forces and actors that are close to them, with messages of international humanitarian norms. Just a final word, so that the dissemination campaign is going to start very briefly, so you are going to see it soon on the media. On both Kurdish and Arabic channels. It's also going to be on social media and some radio spots.